2020. Back in the U.S., the stage is set for the first GOP debate tonight in Cleveland. All eyes will be on the front-runner, Donald Trump, who, not surprisingly, says he's looking forward to tonight.
Well, I mean, in terms of the debate, it'll be interesting because, you know, these politicians, all they do is debate. They go from one debate to another. I've never done this before, but I still look forward to it, and we have the right message. And the message is make America great again, and I'll be espousing that, and hopefully that'll be good, and we'll see what all happens.
Joining us right now, Forbes media chairman and former presidential candidate himself, Steve Forbes. Steve, good to see you.
Good to see you, Maria.
So what do you think about Donald Trump? He's not a debater. He's looking forward to tonight. What do you think happens?
Well, one, he's doing expectations, saying, oh, I'm just the rookie here, the country boy among these city slickers.
Lowering expectations.
He's never been in a debate.
He's playing the role. But what's going to happen tonight, you're going to see two things. One is candidates trying to get a real identity so they can break out of this pack. Second, there will be fireworks tonight. Trump won't commit aggression. But when issues like trade, immigration, education, national security come up, expect fireworks, because he'll attack them for some of their views, like Rand Paul on national security, Bush perhaps on education and immigration. So it's going to be, as they say, very interesting.
Yeah, exactly.
He's already called them all losers.
Yeah. If you had one shot to jump in, what topic would you pick on Trump?
Well, I would be a positive advocate. I would be pushing things like the flat tax, patient control of health care.
Yep.
And he's got a good theme, Trump, making America great again, playing off what John Kennedy did in 1960, getting America moving again. Now he's got to flesh that out. This will be an opportunity for people who have very real doubts about Donald Trump to say, gee, maybe this is for real. Mm-hmm. And that's his goal for tonight, taking it to the next phase.
Is he going to be able to resonate with conservative viewers and voters when they're not sure if he's actually Republican or Democrat?
Well, what people like about him, even though he's been on all sides of a lot of issues, they see him as a doer, a guy who just breaks through. So if he says, I'll shut the government down over Planned Parenthood, they figure, even though he's pro-choice, he'll do it. Yeah. He'll take this issue to the mat.
I mean,
and that's what they like about it. They want something to happen. They want the politicians to be fired.
Yeah,
they figure this guy will do it.
You're fired.
That's what I think. Like, he's doing great marketing, but can he do great leadership? Like, do you see anybody in the field who isn't in headline news today, but could be tomorrow after we get through this?
Well, you could see somebody like Rubio. He'll be low key, and people say, "Boy, that guy has real substance."
So
okay.
And or Walker. Walker's campaign has been sort of sluggish so far. There's a lot of goodwill towards him. He's got to establish himself. People say, "Oh, this guy's a real leader. I want to take a real look at him."
Notice that we haven't injected Chris Christie into this conversation yet, and there's a lot of talk about Chris Christie used to be the Donald Trump of the Republican Party.
Yeah, you're right.
And he's sort of been Chris Christie to himself by Donald Trump. Do you see, I don't know, and those two going at it tonight?
You could see Chris Christie saying, "I need a fight to get to break out of this pack and reclaim my credentials," and on something like that, and that would be quite a Donnybrook. Kasich of Ohio, who's had real accomplishments. He's got to identify himself. People sort of know he's out there. Okay, who is this guy? And so what you want to come out with tonight is people saying, "I want to learn more about you." Then you've had a good night.
It'd be interesting if you had, like, actually betting lines on this. I don't think one person would give me, maybe I have to call Ladbrokes or somebody, but, can you give me a line on that Trump odd? If it's a real odd, will you bet me $1 million that he's going to be the front runner after this debate?
See, look,
or the spread comes down?
Trump, but he keeps talking about
I'm talking about the spread. I think that the spread between him and the field's going to narrow. Anyone who's bet a day in their life understands a spread bet. Do you agree with that?
Well, what you're going to see is, one, can he consolidate the support that he has? People, again, want something different. And among the skeptics, people may say, like in the past, nobody took Reagan seriously in the 70s, a lot of people. Can he take that next step? Okay, I never thought this guy was for real. Maybe I ought to learn more about him. So that's what they all want to come out of tonight. To give me a second look, because I've got it.
I think this is such a good point. You just want people to walk away saying, "I want to know more about you," and then you come out and you had a good night. But I mean, do you think the voting community has optimism or confidence in Donald Trump's ability to deal with the Iranians? I mean, with Ayatollah Khomeini and against ISIS, and the entitlements in this country. I'm talking about the real issues.
Where Trump's outsized personality helps, and you're fired, is people feel when he goes against them, by golly, if he says he'll take them down, he'll find a way to take them down.
Yeah.
And so at this stage, just the fact that he's seen as a doer covers a lot of ground. I'll say it, I'll do it. And if this doesn't work, for example, closing down the government over Planned Parenthood, he'll say, you got a better plan, show it to me. We got to get something done. These guys have done nothing. They just talk.
Is Jeb Bush, is he still in this race?
Yes, he is. And this is where he's got to establish his own persona, one that he's got a record of accomplishment. He's got to start laying out some real views on taxes and patient control of health care so that he can break through, not just seen as, oh, Bush, great governor 10 years ago. He's got to start to make that breakthrough.
You made some great points, great analysis, Steve. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Steve Forbes. We'll talk more after